going to score. And there it is. Your CCBC champion, Cascades, just win it.
Welcome to episode 279 of Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. This is a jam-packed week as we transition from the Canadian College Baseball Conference to the Western Canadian Baseball League. So this is the first of two episodes this week. This time around, we'll get you the news and then full coverage of the CCBC Championships this past weekend. Our second episode, which we plan to drop tomorrow in case you're listening on Thursday, will be the WCBL Season Preview Extravaganza. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a moment of the action. Before we get going, we do want to welcome a brand new Platinum supporter to our roster, joining the Okotoks Dogs at the highest level of sponsorship for ADS. We are proud to announce that we've been joined by Under the Lights Sports and Entertainment, which includes the Lethbridge Bulls, Prairie Baseball Academy, Lethbridge Longhorns, and Bulls Junior Academy. This partnership once again helps us cover costs like web hosting fees and online newspaper subscriptions. For more on our fantastic teammates like the Dogs and Under the Lights, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters. Now on to the news on the field, and we'll start in Major League Baseball, where Michael Soroka made his first appearance coming out of the bullpen for the Chicago White Sox Saturday, and it went really well against the New York Yankees as he allowed no runs on 2 hits and 4 walks in 4 innings, and he also struck out 7.
Michael Soroka will come into the game his 10th time on the mound this season, first from the bullpen.
The 2-2 from Soroka. Got him swinging. Up to 97.
Throwing 96, 97.
Slider gets the wipeout. Second strikeout for Soroka. And that one gets past. The throw down to first and completing the strikeout. Soroka strikes out 3 in his first relief appearance of the season. Gets the swing and a miss, strike 3, a 1-2-3 7th inning. Good pitch by Soroka.
Soroka now with 6 strikeouts, having a nice day in relief.
The 1-2 from Soroka. Strike 3 looking. Soroka gets judged twice now.
However, the White Sox lost that game 6-1. Soroka then came in and pitched 2 more scoreless innings against Toronto Wednesday in a 9-2 loss. He allowed 2 hits and 2 walks while striking out 3. Down to the minors, and I'm not sure if you've seen the highlight, but go look up the Durham Bulls social media for what might be the Catch of the Year candidate already, courtesy of Dogs Academy and Okotoks Dogs alum Tristan Peters.
He's caught on in line to left center field across. Peters stretches, lays out. Oh, a miracle! Catch by Tristan Peters. It's May 21st, but that might be the catch of the year. And even he wants to admire watching the video board replay.
At the plate, Peters is hitting .240 with 3 home runs and 17 RBI this season. A trio of AA performances we wanted to highlight this week. Edmonton Prospects alum and AHP Academy athlete/coach Eric Sabrowski has been putting up video game-like numbers with Cleveland's affiliate, the Akron Rubber Ducks. In 9 relief appearances, he's 0-1 with an ERA of, get this, .77. He struck out 26 batters in 11-plus innings as well. He might be due for a promotion back to Columbus in the not-too-distant future. Dogs Academy and Okotoks Dogs grad Matt Lloyd is on a heater of sorts with the Springfield Cardinals. He hit 3 home runs in 5 games, including back-to-back games Monday and Tuesday.
Lloyd a swing and a drive to right. A lean going back. He's just going to watch. That ball is long gone. On top of the hitting facility for Matt Lloyd. His 2nd home run in as many games. His 7th of the year, and it's now 6-3 Springfield.
Lloyd's now hitting .266 with 7 home runs and 27 RBI on the season. Vauxhall Academy grad Adam Macko is coming off back-to-back solid starts with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. His last outing came Tuesday night, where he allowed 1 run on 2 hits and 3 walks while striking out 6 in 5 innings of work as the Fisher Cats beat the Somerset Patriots 10-2. Macko is now 2-2 in 8 starts this season with a 4.03 ERA, striking out 47 in 38 innings. The big news on the week in the minors one-liners comes once again courtesy of Matt Wilkinson. As we've mentioned, it feels like over and over and over again, the Dogs alum has been phenomenal to start the season with a single A. Lynchburg Hillcats. He went 3-1 with a 1.12 ERA and 8 starts, striking out 71 in just 40-plus innings of work. That performance has earned him a promotion to the High A Lake County Captains. It looks like you can circle Saturday night on your calendar for tugboat time. Over to the college world now, and it's getting down to the last couple of weeks with national championships on the line now. Most Alberta players have started heading back to their summer teams or back home for a break, but a few are still in the grind. Dogs products Nash Crowell and Tucker Zadunik are heading to the NAIA World Series with Reinhardt University after being major pieces to wins in their opening round Waleska bracket. After having a fantastic week with 2 walk-off home runs for Dallas Baptist University, Calgary Bucks alum Tom Poole was back at it again, going 4 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBI in a 15-1 win over Middle Tennessee last Thursday. DBU is now in the midst of the Conference USA tournament. Quite the start to the Atlantic 10 tournament for Dogs alum Alejandro Cazorla. He went 1 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBI in a 4-1 Dayton win over Massachusetts. Unfortunately, the Flyers lost on Wednesday night, so they are now in the consolation bracket. And finally, plenty of love for players with Alberta connections in Division I All-Conference honors. Congratulations to Eric Radachik, Nick Groves, Titus Dimitru, Cole Kramer, and Cardell Dick on being honored recently. All spent time in the WCBL last season. And congrats as well to Elnora's Cleary Simpson on being named to the Horizon League first team after hitting .352 with 5 homers, 44 RBI, and 16 stolen bases for the Northern Kentucky Norse. We'll keep you posted on more of those kinds of honors as they roll in the weeks to come. All right, time to move on to our coverage from the CCBC World Series in Lethbridge over the May-long weekend. I've said it all season. It feels like every team seemed capable of beating every other team on any given weekend this year, and the championships were no different. There were nail-biters, blowouts, track meets, and everything in between. The reigning champion University of Calgary Dinos were beaten in their opener by the University of Fraser Valley, then won a couple in a row before falling to the Edmonton Collegiate Hawks, who ended up coming just a win away from going to the final. Prairie Baseball Academy, meantime, lost their opener, won their next game before falling to Edmonton. In the end, it was UFV battling Okanagan College in the final. They actually met in the semifinal play-in game where the Cascades won 11-1. Then OC came back to beat Edmonton to get back into the final, and the last game was a nail-biter featuring some big innings, momentum changes, and 4 extra innings before it all ended off the bat of Brady Renneberg in the bottom of the 13th.
Fly ball down the left field line, and it falls in. Christie rounds third. He's going to score. And there it is. Your CCBC champion, Cascades, just win it. In 13. What a finish to a ball game. Have a day, Renneberg. What a ball game. 13. The Cascades win it.
It was the second title in Cascades program history and the first since 2019. It's also the first for head coach Riley Jepson, who was a player on the team that won it all 5 years ago. We caught up with Yorkton Cardinals and Lethbridge Bulls alum shortly after the victory. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How does it feel to be a champion?
It feels amazing. Yeah, can't ask for much more than that.
Talk us through that last game, because it feels like from the outside a little bit of everything.
No, it was a crazy game. To be honest, all of our games, like all year with OC, have been crazy games. We had a game earlier in there, went 16-14. We knew it was going to be a battle. That's a really good team, and they're scrappy. They won't quit. But you said it yourself, like crazy. But it just felt like we were never really out of that game. Like I felt like we were kind of in that game the whole time, and we always had a shot. And you could tell in the guys' face and like their emotions that they thought they had a shot too. Usually throughout the year, if we were down in a game or we were kind of out of it, like you could tell the energy kind of dropped. But the guys did a really good job at kind of keeping that same energy and their spirits up.
Take us through the moment when they put up a 5 spot on you. Is there anything that you're saying in the dugout? Is there anything that the team's saying around you that makes you go, okay, this thing ain't over yet?
Yeah, no, I mean, the guys were really positive. Like all the older guys on the bench were really good at it, just keeping the boys up and keeping the energy high. And that's what you need with the older guys, especially when they're on the bench, is just like picking guys up. And they did an incredible job of that.
You get into bottom of 9, you're down 3. What's going through your mind? Are you kind of on pins and needles at this point? Are you trying to plan ahead for your pitching combinations going into extras? Walk us through the mindset of what turned out to be a frenetic bottom of the 9th.
Honestly, I was pretty calm, like because they had to beat us twice. Like my whole mindset was just like, if we like lose this game, like we have a chance next game. Obviously, I wasn't really like planning for that. I was like, let's get it going. And then a couple guys got on, and I was like, okay, we're gonna tie this and win this thing. And unfortunately, we weren't able to win it then, but we were able to tie it and give us a chance to go win in extras.
How frenetic is an extra innings game that goes not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 extra innings? Is there a lot of lineup juggling and that kind of thing, trying to make sure that you're getting better matchups and that kind of thing? Or walk us through your mindset as you're trying to navigate this terrain of, hey, we're in extras in a winner take all kind of game.
No, it was incredible. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking about making changes. Like I rode 9 or 10 guys the whole tournament. Like I didn't really make any changes, and I just kind of want to keep the best defense out there and have our bats show up. And I mean, we got really lucky. Like I wasn't really too worried, and then we had a freshman go on the mound who has an incredible mindset. And once we got the ball to him, it was basically his game to lose.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about that last inning. You get that runner on. There's a couple out. And that Oppo Taco. Talk a little bit about what goes through your mind as you see that ball fall and you're watching the guys around the bases.
I mean, that's just a thought. Like that thought's incredible. Like I'm so happy for these guys to have that moment, like with their teammates. Like that's something that they'll share forever. And the seniors like going out like that, like can't ask for anything more than that.
There's a lot of seniors on that team. Take us back to the beginning of the season now, and when you're entering things as the first year coach, did you walk in thinking, I've got a championship contender right in front of me?
Oh yeah, I was super fortunate. I came into a really good situation. Like Kyle and the other coaches, they recruited really good. Like I knew we had some talent, and then at the winter break, like we got a couple kickbacks from the States, and from then I was like, we got a really good team, and like. To be honest, this is probably the deepest our pitching staff's ever been, right? So having that, the pitching staff alone can win you ball games. Hitters showing up, that just added fuel to the fire, right?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of pitchers, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Josh Berenbaum. What did he mean to that pitching staff?
No, he was good. I mean, you always love having an older guy that's been there. I was lucky enough to play with Josh when I was still playing at UFE, and then have an opportunity to coach. Like, it was crucial to have him come back and just take control of the reins of the ball when he's got it and just like put it in cruise control at times.
Were you surprised at all that he ended up walking away with Pitcher of the Year honors?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. He had a pretty good year.
Talk a little bit about the ability to give back to this organization, because as you mentioned, you're a former player, being able to bring a championship home 5 years after the last one.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously I'm super lucky. Like I got this job opportunity to come back to my alma mater and coach there and kind of help these guys. And some of these guys that played for me this year, like I got to play with too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like it was a really good year just to like establish a culture. And I feel like the older guys, especially the graduating guys, really helped like set that tone and kind of like what to expect going forward and how we're going to do things. And like it just made my job and like the other coach's job a lot easier.
I was going to ask about that. What kind of culture, when you walked in, did you want to impress upon this group? Was it something that you thought of, hey, let's just not fix what's not broken kind of thing, as because UFE had success in the past, or did you want to change things up a little bit? Walk us through what you wanted to impress upon this group in your first year.
Yeah, I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit more buy-in from the boys and just kind of like, this is how we're going to do things, and we're going to do it well, and we're going to work hard and have a little bit of swagger to us, and from then we're going to win.
How cool is it to be able to be a part of something and build off of this as well? I know it's fresh. You just won a championship, but to be able to do something like this, and there's a lot of young coaches around this league, whether you look at Cam at UC or you look at Jake in Edmonton as an example, there's a bit of a youth movement in the coaching side of things. Talk us through being able to be a part of that and be a part of an organization again that you were a part of for so long.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's massive to the league. Just bringing in, it's not even just guys that are younger, just guys that are like passionate about what they're doing. Like, I feel like those guys are very passionate about it. Same with like Jeff and OC and like Ray and Terry. Like, those guys are like passionate about it. And I think that's kind of the word that describes the league and where it's going. Like, I don't think it's going to be a youth movement. It's just like a passionate thing. And like, I think that's huge for everyone involved. It just gets more eyes on the game too.
Mm-hmm. A couple more for you before we let you go. Kind of expanding on that moment when you walked in and you said, okay, I got a good team. When did you realize that you had a great team, like a team that was capable of winning a championship?
I'd say like early spring. Early spring's kind of when it started clicking. We were starting to compete a little bit more in games. We went down to the States. Played Phoenix College pretty good, won down there, and then we took Benedictine Mesa to extra innings. That's kind of when I think the guys started to realize it's like we got a good shot at winning some games this year.
Take us through this tournament as a whole, and was there a moment when you realized, okay, this is real? Like there's more than just a couple of good wins. Was there kind of that crucial turning point where it all clicked for everybody during this tournament? Because it was a weird one.
Yeah, I think for us, like obviously, like our hot start against OC was massive, but I think the biggest turning point for us was the comeback against Terry. We were down like 4 runs going into like the 8th inning or something like that. We ended up winning.
Absolutely. Final question for you. It's kind of a spin-off of the last one that we ask everybody. Instead of asking what does game of baseball mean to you, what does it mean to you to be a CCBC champion as a coach?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge honor winning one as a player and now winning one as a coach. But the biggest thing is like I'm happy for the guys around, guys that have been part of this organization that have never had one, and now they get to have one. Especially like the seniors who haven't won, battled through COVID. A lot of those guys have their COVID years who were done. Like just bringing it to those guys and having those guys kind of doing the job and finally going out on a win.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on a job well done. Congrats to the entire team as well. Really appreciate you taking the time. I'll let you get back to celebrating. Again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Next up is a veteran who also won it back in 2019 as a freshman and is now a COVID senior. Right-hander Josh Berenbaum started the weekend at the CCBC Awards banquet where he was named Pitcher of the Year and co-winner of the Senior of the Year award after going 3-0 with a 0.28 ERA in 6 starts, striking out 40 in 32 innings. The Richmond, BC native was excited by the honors, but even happier to go out as a CCBC champion. Josh, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Let's start with this. Josh Berenbaum, 2024 CCBC champion. How does that sound?
Pretty freaking good, I'm not going to lie. I like the ring to
it. From the outside, it kind of felt like that final game had a little bit of everything. As someone in the dugout watching this one, how would you describe it?
Oh, man. It was an absolute thriller. I think in the hockey world, they call it a barn burner. And that's exactly what it was. It was a little bit of everything: pitching, defense, offense. It was a great game to be a part of, a great game to watch. A little stressful at times, but at the end, I knew that we were going to be able to pull through and, come home with the ring on our finger.
Talk a little bit about that standpoint, because I've heard it from a few of the guys already talking about how even after, especially after that 5 spot that Okanagan put up, there was never that sense of panic. There was never that sense of, or, even giving up and going, you know what, we got it in the second game of the series if we need it. You just kept on going. So what do you attribute that composure and that resilience to in that dugout?
I think it comes really down to our trust in each other and our belief in our teammates. There's only 9 guys on the field at a time, and you really got to put everything into those 9. And if you're not going to be able to do that, then I don't really think that there's going to be a championship team. It took all 35 of us there to really be on each other and rally for each other and really do what we can to come home with a championship. I really attribute a lot of it to our bench keeping the boys in the game even when we were down. It was really quite the sight to see. It was something that I felt like was missing all season in a sense, was our fight to stay in the game and our want to win every game. And it was awesome to watch.
You're not new to the championship realm because you were part of that team that won back in 2019. And I'm curious, what were you trying to impart upon those guys? Because these were two totally different finals, right? Like, you walked away with that one in 2019, and there was no doubt about it. This one was all over the map. So what are you trying to tell the guys to maybe calm them down, or trying to get them to stay composed in those really tense moments?
Oh man, I try to keep my mouth shut in a lot of senses. I cheer when we rally and when we do good things. I try to, not speak too much. I don't want to say anything wrong, I guess is the right way to put it. I don't want to speak anything into existence, whether it's, yeah, we got this and then we don't have it. I think really just us believing in our teammates and believing in our offense to come through there in the ninth, down 3, backs against the wall, wanting to win that game more than we wanted to win the next game is really what it came down to.
Mm-hmm. Take us through that ninth inning, especially from your standpoint as you're watching. It essentially amounted to one miscue defensively for Okanagan, kind of opens up the floodgates where you're able to nickel and dime them into getting a tie game.
Yeah, I mean, we got about 5 minutes of sun all weekend, and that 5 minutes allowed us to win a championship. So really, I mean, you could say a little bit of luck was involved, but I really think the baseball gods were just on our side that day.
Mm-hmm. You tie it. There's that stalemate until the 13th. Was there ever a point where you thought you might need to come in and pitch a couple of innings, because you got a freshman out there who's 3 innings deep already and in a pretty high pressure situation?
Yeah, I don't really know what the whole plan was for the rest of that game, but honestly, I think staying with Matt Pechenyuk was the move. I think he was going to ride out that game as long as we needed to, and then Mason was going to come out and start game 2, followed by somebody, and then I would have been in the pen as well that game. But I really think that game was all Matty for the rest of the way. What
was working for him that you saw?
Oh man, he's been a dog for us all year long. Anytime you put him on the mound, he's been efficient, effective, get outs. I mean, I've caught a couple of his bullpens, and I can say his fastball sneaks up on you. And I think his command of the strike zone was perfect. And I'd say that was probably the key to his success, is command of the strike zone, efficient and effective off-speed pitches in the right situations, and then just keep throwing strikes. That's all you can do.
So you get that as a pitcher, and now you're waiting on the bats to finally get something together, and you get into the 13th. Brady hits that opposite field shot to left field. What's going through your mind in that moment?
Get down. Please get down. Please get down and stay fair. And then it was, once we saw it gets fair, it's, all right, Christy, come score. Please score. We want this to be over. There's enough stress.
It's a lot of extra innings and a lot of unneeded stress for sure. So you're going through that. You see Max turning the corner and he's heading for home. Do you have it in your mind about who you're going to mob first?
Oh, I'm going home to congratulate Christy on, getting on base. It was the first thing. That was the first step in scoring any run, is getting on base. So run home and then immediately booked it right to Brady at third base and celebrated with the rest of the guys.
Mm-hmm. When you think back on it, was there a first person that you really wanted to hug? Like, hey, we finally did it.
I think one of my good friends, Lane, kind of been through them together for the last few years here. And, he's just been a really great friend to me, and he dealt with some injuries today, and he sat beside me all weekend long. And I think it was just really nice to look at him and say, I told you we'd be here, kind of thing.
When the dust settles, everyone's kind of calming down. You've taken the pictures. Everybody's sort of wrapping their heads around and letting it all soak in. Did you manage to take that moment to maybe look around and go, holy crap, I get to do this and end it on top?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's one of those ones where we go through the whole off season, the whole season, and we're telling ourselves we're going to win this thing, and then to finally actually do it, it's a relief, it's a weight off the shoulders, but now we got to come back and do it again next year.
Mm-hmm. When did you know that this team was a championship caliber team?
Day one. I called my dad on the phone when I told him I was coming back here for one more year, and I said, this is it. This is a championship team. I can feel it. We got a lot of great recruits in, a lot of good young guys. And we got lucky with a couple other guys that came in January. And as soon as that happened, I knew that we were going to win this whole thing.
Compare this team to the 2019 team. What was different and maybe what was the same?
I think the biggest similarities between our team in 2024 and 2019 was our drive to win. That was the biggest similarity that I noticed, was we wanted to win more than anybody else wanted to. And I think that when you get into the playoffs, especially in a league like the CCBC, where it's really one weekend where one team can get hot and win the whole thing, I think the want to win is what makes a team great. In terms of differences, I don't know if there's much differences. Our pitching rotation was very solid this year, similarly to it was in 2019. Our bats were very similar this year as they were to 2019. I think it was quite a similar team in general. Different names, different bodies, different guys. But our want to win and our want to execute, our want to be a champion was there. And that's what leads all great teams to a championship.
Mm-hmm. One of the names that was similar, albeit in a different role, is Riley Jepson. What did that guy mean to you and the program, coming back and being an alumni and also being able to help guide this team to a championship as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, when I found out Jeppy was coming back, it was at first there was a little bit of mixed feelings for myself. Great teammate of mine, great friend. Him and I have a lot of great stories, and it became, how are he and I going to be able to balance this friendship as well as a coaching relationship? And I honestly can say he did it phenomenally. He really did everything he was supposed to do for us. Got on us when we needed a little bit more stern. When we needed him to be a little bit more stern, he would get on us. And when we were rolling, he would just let us keep rolling. And I think it was the perfect mix between a little bit of that pro ball experience and the college coaching style that we really needed.
On a personal note, you had a great year, obviously, and capped by the Pitcher of the Year award. I wanted to ask, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. I mean, I was trying to not think too much about my own personal accolades this year throughout the season, although I'd be lying if I said it wasn't in the back of my head. I really just wanted to win a championship, but to win Pitcher of the Year, it really felt like all the work I put in the last couple of years, going from a position player to a pitcher, it kind of felt like hard work was all worth it, and it paid off in a sense.
What was key to success? Because you look at those numbers, and I mean, the 6 starts, 3-0, you had a sub 0.5 ERA. Like, there was just nobody was even near touching you. What was key to all that success?
I got to say my preparation. A lot of it is Kyle, pitching coach. A lot of it is Kyle. He's taught me everything I know. And he's a great mind to have behind you when you're throwing. But my preparation, I felt I really honed in this year and really got down to the nitty-gritty of what I need to do in order to find success every single week. And that's where greatness happened, I guess. Just being prepared, watching film, studying notes, reading swings, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. You think back on, it's been a frenetic probably week or so. A lot has happened, a lot of awards, and obviously the championship. How are you going to remember this year?
With a whole lot of happiness. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot that can top this. We'll see what happens in the future, but this is going to be one of those years that will live with me forever.
For sure. Final question for you, Josh, before we let you go. It's one we ask everybody here on the show. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
Oh, man, this game means life. It's it's a whole lot of everything, ups, downs, goods and bads, and I don't think there's a better game that can resemble the game of life in a sense. I mean, it's opened so many doors for me. It's given me so many great opportunities. I have nothing bad to say about this game of baseball that we all love.
We have nothing bad to say about the great conversation we just had, Josh. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on the CCBC Championship. Congratulations on the Pitcher of the Year Award, co-winner of the Senior of the Year Award, all the accolades. Congrats on it all. Continued success going forward. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. It was great talking to you.
The UFV roster features a trio of Albertans, and all three had a hand in that final game. Pitcher Andrew Vanderveen threw an inning of scoreless relief, while infielders Max Prevost and Eli McKeen provided timely hits in the comeback efforts. We'll start with Prevost, who is back home in Calgary now after hitting .311 with 6 RBI and 5 stolen bases in 23 games this season. He also hit .400 with 3 RBI in 4 playoff games, including scoring the tying run in the 9th. Max, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
Max Prevost, 2024 CCBC champion. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's just still taking it all in, to be honest. It was quite the day yesterday, quite the few days, so pretty proud of it.
I gotta ask, has it soaked in yet? I mean, obviously there's the after party in that, but have you been able to kind of fully grasp what all transpired over the last week or so?
Yeah, you know, I'm still kind of taking it in. Like, after the game finished yesterday, 13 innings of it, we kind of all just went to the hotel and laid on our bed and watched videos of the game and just soaked it all in, right? Because it was, I mean, I don't know if you were watching, but what a crazy game, and just a few crazy games, and we just kind of pulled through every time, and just such a good team effort. So, yeah, it's starting to soak in, but, man, it took some time for sure, yeah.
As you mentioned, just a crazy final game there. It had lead changes, extra innings, some big innings. I mean, they put up a 5 spot on you at one point. There's a couple threes in there. What's it like being in the dugout during that one when you've got such high highs and such low lows in a matter of, a few minutes?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a crazy game in that sense. Changing emotions every inning for sure. But yeah, the big thing with us this tournament, we had our second game was also against TRU, the Wolfpack there, and we were down 3-1 later in the game. It wasn't looking great, but the team really just you could just tell everyone wanted it, and everyone was on the same page. Everyone just was positive and knew we have the good bats, we're going to come back, and yeah, I mean, that was just so special about this team, and that's what made it happen for us. So yeah, yesterday we were down 4 there in the 8th, and we got 1 run in the 8th, got 3 in the 9th, just because everyone had our back. The bench was crazy loud. It was just really special to be a part of.
I was chatting with Coach Jep about this, and he mentioned how it never really felt like you guys were out of it at all, even though, especially after that 5 spot in the 8th. How do you as a team regain that composure and gain that resilience in that moment when it would have been really easy, especially given that it's a double elimination kind of final, to just say, okay, better luck next time, boys?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do, and there was times this year it felt like during the season that we did just kind of accept that this might be not our game, and I think this playoffs was so different. Just the leaders on our team, the older guys, really kept us in check, really kept us going, whether they were playing or not. Like, just the seniors, we had 8 of them, and they really they wanted it. They wanted all of us to have it, and yeah, they were leaders. They were positive. I'd say that's just kind of what kept us going, We all just wanted that chip so bad.
So 9th inning rolls around. There you are with 2 on. Get the knock to score the first of 3, which ties it. You're quickly down 0-2 in that at-bat. Take us through your thought process on the next couple of pitches.
Yeah, I mean, kind of just what I always do. My main priority is to put the ball in play. Yeah, I mean, I think I can't remember that fully, but that second pitch, I remember he got me with the curveball or changeup, whatever it was nasty. And at that point, you're a little rattled, but you go out of the box, you take a second. I just kind of thought, just put the ball in play, hit it hard somewhere, right? And who knows what happens. And yeah, I got my pitch and just drove it oppo, and yeah, it landed for me, which was nice. And yeah, I mean, I just really, really locked in there, and I was happy to help the team out.
For sure. So you tie it. Then it's a stalemate until the 13th. Take us to that moment when Brady hits it oppo. And what are you thinking as that thing's dropping?
Oh, man. I mean, we're just all screaming for it to drop, right? Like, drop foul or drop fair, right? I mean, I think it was 2 outs, and thank goodness we had Christie on first, and he's a speed guy, right? So he's just ripping around the bases. And, yeah, Brady, I mean, we're hoping for a home run, but that worked too. One of his many barrels on the playoffs. And yeah, no, everyone was just screaming. It was just, it's hard to remember it all because it was just such a rush, But yeah, no, just saw Christie ripping around the plate, ripping around third base. And yeah, as soon as he was coming home, we knew it was happening, and everyone just goes for Brady, right? And yeah, no, it was a special moment for sure.
First question, kind of a 2-part question here. First, who's the first person you're trying to hug? And second, how concerned are you about the possible injuries in the dog pile?
Yeah, well, I mean, first we're going to hug. Everyone wants to hug Brady, right? I was running there, and I think I was looking at one of the rookies on our team, Jason Tomeo, as he was filming it on his phone as sprinting to Brady. And I was just thinking, quick second, I hope that phone doesn't break, you know. But I think there was a few items that broke in that dog pile. But, I mean, Jason ended up on the ground face first, and we were all a little concerned there. But he got up, and, yeah, the injuries don't really come into play until it actually happens, right? So we probably could have done that a little differently, but it all worked out and no one got hurt. So it was good moment. It was a lot of fun. The dog pile was great, right? So
Absolutely. So when that dust settles and everyone's kind of calming down, you're getting some pictures taken, you're getting that team photo as an example. Did you manage to take in that moment, maybe to soak it all in and maybe describe that feeling to us?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, man, we just worked our butts off for 5 days in a row, right? The whole season. I mean, it all comes so quick. Like, I mean, before you know it, the season's over and you're saying goodbye to guys, right? So, I mean, just to go around and hug every single player on that team and every coach and all our parents, and man, it was so special. I mean, everyone puts in so much work into this, and yeah, I mean, these are your brothers, right? These are your family. So it was, we absolutely shed some tears, and happy tears, but bittersweet, right? And we all really soaked it in. And yeah, I mean, I just did my best to take a look at the field and take as many memories as I could, you know? So yeah, it was really cool.
You mentioned the family and friend connection, so I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about that. You're a Calgary Babe Ruth kid who heads west to further his education and baseball careers, and here you are winning a CCBC championship on home turf of sorts. One, were there family and friends in attendance, and were you able to share it with them? And then B, how cool was it to be the Albertan on a BC roster, getting a chance to win it here at home?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, so my parents were in attendance, and we had a lot of family friends around. I had a few buddies, I was playing against a buddy from Babe Ruth, Eli McKeen, on Okanagan College, and I had a buddy from PBA, Joey Buse, who I played with both. He was watching the game, so I was able to share with them, and I mean, obviously not Callum, unfortunate for him, but they'll be back. And yeah, I play with Drew and Nolan on my team. They're both Babe Ruth guys, so I was able to share with them, and it was, I mean, obviously going to BC, it's a lot different, but coming back and winning it in Alberta was really, really cool. So, just kind of feels like home. Just nice to have family and friends in the crowd. Feels a little more comfortable, you know. So, it was really special, really good.
Very cool. Take us back to the beginning of the season and throughout the course of the season. When did you realize that you had a championship caliber team on your hands?
You know, kind of last season after we lost playoffs, you know, I just, we all looked at each other and we knew we were better than that. We were out in two games last year, and it's just, it was too bad. But, you know, Riley Jepson obviously stepped up to head coach our team, and just what he brought to our team, the energy, just the love, you know, like everyone just loved each other, and everyone wanted to win for him and Junior and Kyle and Hayes, our other coaches. And we just, I mean, I don't even think we beat a college team in the fall. It was a bit of a tough fall for everyone, but we just worked our butts off throughout the winter and always gave it our all. And you can kind of see things forming together. Once we went to Phoenix in February, we beat a few good college teams down there. And you just kind of knew we had something, right? So it was just, we had a good aura, we had a good team. Playoffs came around and we got hot. That's kind of when you knew, you know.
On a personal level, when you look back at the stats, you look back at the season as a whole, how happy are you with your personal performance?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very stoked with my performance. Obviously we got the main thing, the team, winning the championship, but individually I feel like I helped the team a bunch. I was happy. I'm a big average guy, and I had a good average. And I mean, I'm not the biggest stat checker, but it's nice to see the stats are going your way sometimes, right? So individually I think I took a big step in my second year, and I hope I can keep helping out the team in the future. So, it was good.
Well, let's segue right into that then. Now with that championship under your belt, how do you up the ante in 2024, 2025? What kinds of things are you going to be working on in the offseason to make sure that you're ready to repeat as champions?
Just kind of keeping it up. I think we're all going to take a few weeks, maybe not a few weeks, some of us might, but take some time off baseball, just kind of look back at it, enjoy it a bit, and then get back to it. And I mean, personally, I'm just going to keep working out, focusing on my body there, eating well, and just working on some little things in my individual game, and then coming back hopefully better and ready to go for the following year. But yeah, I mean, as a team, we just got to come out better than we were, and just keep that same energy. So yeah, hopefully we can do that.
Absolutely. Final question for you here before we let you go. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
Game of baseball, well, it's a love-hate game, I'll tell you that. But Frank, after this past 5 days, I think I have a new perspective on it. Like, I mean, I loved the game before this, but that was probably one of the most special moments of my life, just those 5 days. And I will look back and I will think about that and just think about the game of baseball and be like, man, I created so many memories, created so many friendships. I mean, just so special, right? So, I mean, you could say so much about what the game of baseball means, but to me, it's just it's friends, it's family, it's love of the game, it's winning, So, yeah, no, just I just love the sport. Yeah.
Well, we've really loved being able to chat with you about it as well, Max. Congratulations on the CCBC championship. Congratulations on all the success this season and before, and of course, continued success going beyond as well. Thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you very much, Joe. Really appreciate you having me.
And finally, Eli McKeen originally hails from the Rimbey area and spent time with the Calgary Bison's program. He hit .214 with 3 stolen bases in 15 games during the season, then had 3 hits in 4 playoff games, including scoring the first run in that crazy 9th. Eli, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yes, of course.
Eli McKeen, CCBC champion. How does that sound?
Pretty freaking cool. I mean, especially as a first-year guy, like, it's pretty sweet.
What a final game that one was. I mean, you had lead changes, you had extra innings, you had drama, you had a little sunshine at the end of the game. In the dugout, though, what was it like being there?
The energy was unlike anything I've seen. Like, most energy I've ever seen come from the dugout in any baseball game I've ever played in. Like, all weekend long, everyone was fired up. We knew we were never out of the baseball game, and yeah, the boys kept the energy up the whole time. It was pretty electric.
How do you regain or retain that composure? Especially, I keep looking at that score sheet and see that 5 spot in the 8th that they put up. And it's hard not to go, okay, well, better luck in that second game, but you never really did. And even Coach Jep alluded to that fact that you guys never felt like you were out of it. So what made you say, hey, we've got this, don't worry about it, we can get it back?
Well, like, we knew we were a good team. We've played all these teams throughout the season. We've had big games. Even against OC, we had a game mid-season that was kind of similar to the championship game. The score was kind of back and forth right at the end of the game. It was super close. And we knew, like, we've been in that situation before where we've been down some runs going into the last couple innings and being able to claw our way back. So everyone kind of just had faith and knew that we've been here before, we've done this before. So it just kind of felt natural.
So take us through that 9th inning and your approach at the plate, because you're leading off that inning. You're kind of setting the tone. Walk us through the at bat and what your mindset was as you're trying to get on base.
I tried to take it pretty similar to how I was swinging the whole weekend. I was putting good swings on baseballs, so I was just looking to do just that, and I was looking to just see some pitches. Like, obviously, big situation. You don't want to swing at a curveball, go down on one pitch, hit a ground ball somewhere weak and just like not be any help. So I think I got to like a 2-2 count. I think he threw me a curveball. I put a good swing on it, hit it hard on the ground, and I knew like there was a chance that he wasn't going to make that play. And sure enough, he didn't. Got on base, and then the rally started from there.
One little bounce goes a long way, it seems like, in that 9th inning. Walk us through being on the base paths and watching as your teammates kind of claw their way back and nickel and dime OC into getting into a tie situation.
Yeah, so being on base, it wasn't a super stressful thing. Like, we were through the heart of our order at that point, so we're top of the order. We've been swinging it well all weekend, so I wasn't looking to do too much. I knew like I had complete faith in my teammates to get it going, and sure enough, they did.
So then you tie it. It's a stalemate until the 13th. A lot of really good pitching performances in those extra innings. Take us to that moment when Brady hits it opposite field. What's going through your mind?
At first, I'll be honest, I thought that ball was going to be caught, but it just kind of kept floating and landed pretty close to the foul line. He wasn't able to make a play on it. I knew right away, like we had Tyson on first base. I knew right away he was going to score if that ball got down. Like, he's quick. And he came around to score, and yeah, I mean, it was a dog pile from there. I mean, pretty cool moment for sure.
When he's rounding the bases, are you kind of thinking, okay, I got to mob Tyson, or are you thinking, hey, I got to hug somebody in particular? What was going through your mind as you're getting yourself ready for the eventuality of the dog pile and the insanity that's about to ensue?
Yeah, so a lot of my teammates initially ran to Tyson when he was scoring, but I knew he was scoring. So as soon as I saw that he was going to score and he was getting it safe, I was booking it to Brady. Like, a big moment there, and he's been swinging it well all year. And yeah, and then, like you say, it was a literal dog pile from there.
When the dust settles, everybody's getting photos, all that kind of thing. Everyone's finally calming down a little bit. Did you manage to take that moment to soak it all in and maybe describe that feeling for us as you kind of look around going, we did it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tough thing to describe. We knew all year that we were a good team and there was a good chance that we would be in this moment. So it felt pretty, like, it felt right. Yeah, like you say, big moment. Everyone's super emotional. But yeah, pretty cool thing to experience for sure. I don't know.
You mentioned the fact that you knew you had a good team. Was there a turning point during the season, or maybe it was during that tournament where you went, we're a championship caliber team?
Not really. Like, I kind of was thinking that from the start, and I think a lot of our teammates were thinking that from the start, that even before that first game against U of C, there was a very, very good chance that we were going to take home the championship. Like, we've been playing well. Yeah, it didn't seem like our team had any doubt that we were going to be the ones to win the championship.
As a freshman, getting to do that, looking back on it now with kind of 2020 hindsight, I mean, it's still really fresh. What's been your biggest takeaway from this season and the sprint that is a CCBC season?
Just to keep working, keep doing your thing. Like, especially going into championships, you know, we had a few guys down on injury. I wasn't going in expecting too much. And like you say, we had a couple guys down on injury, and I was able to get a starting spot in those games and just kind of went out and did my thing. So just keep working and knowing, like, trusting the process throughout the season was a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm. Looking back on it, how happy are you with your performance as a freshman?
Pretty damn happy. I mean, I got off to a slow start, like, throughout the regular season, but I was able to have, like, I put together 4 really good games during the championships, and well, that's a big part of it. Like, had some good defensive plays. I was able to swing it pretty well, hitting balls hard all weekend. So, I mean, I can't ask for much more.
Absolutely. The fun part about all of this is you go and win a CCBC championship on home turf of sorts. You're an Alberta kid, born and raised in Central Alberta. You're a Calgary Bucks alum as well. How cool was it to do it in front of some family and friends?
Definitely was pretty cool. Like, I've been there before, and I've played at Spitz throughout various tournaments throughout my Alberta baseball career. And to be able to, you know, look into the crowd and see my family while I'm out playing the game that I love was definitely a cool thing, especially during such a big tournament. Yeah, definitely really, really cool.
You have the benefit now of having an off season to maybe get a ring and maybe look back on the year that was and look ahead to next year. When you think ahead to next year, there's going to be a fresh crop of freshmen. There's a bit of a turnover. You had a lot of veterans on that team. What kinds of things are you hoping to impart upon some of those new recruits, some of those young guys who are going to be joining the Cascades for the first time?
it kind of goes back to, what I was saying about the season, just like keep working and trusting the process. Like there will be guys that will put in a lot of work in the fall and they're going to be really good and they're going to earn themselves a spot on the team and a starting spot. And yeah, I think the big thing is just to promote the work ethic that our team had this entire season. That'll be a really big thing for guys coming in next year.
Especially with a newish head coach. I mean, Riley's been at it for a year now and comes into it and wins a championship after winning it as a player back in the day. What did he bring to the fold as a coach for you?
He just brought good energy. He knew what we were capable of, and he didn't have a doubt in his mind, and he made sure that we knew that. Good energy. He held us accountable when we needed it, and he was able to take us to a championship and win his first year.
Very cool. What's it mean to you to be now known as a CCBC champion?
Geez, I'm not really sure. I mean, definitely a cool thing to win, especially like as a freshman first year. Definitely big, pretty cool. Just hoping we can, keep up that winning attitude throughout the few years that I'm here. And definitely one of the coolest moments of my life for sure.
And the final question we have for you, it's one we ask everyone here on the show. What does a game of baseball mean to you?
It's been my whole life for, how long has it been now? 10-ish years. So, it's been a part of my life for a long time. I've always loved the game. It's taught me so much throughout about life, about the game. It's just been a big learning thing for me, and it's amazing.
Well, it's been amazing getting to chat with you briefly and talk about the CCBC Championship. Eli, congratulations on that victory. Congrats on all the success to this point. Continued success this year and beyond. And thanks again for joining us here on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks again to Riley Jepson, Josh Berenbaum, Max Prevost, and Eli McKeen for joining us this week. And congratulations again to the UFV Cascades on their CCBC Championship. For a full story on the tournament, head to albertadugoutstories.com. A big tip of the cap as well to post-game photography for the episode artwork and the main image we used for our web story. And a shout out to our friends at the Battery Media for their fantastic online coverage of the CCBC season as a whole. As always, thanks to all of you for downloading and listening. If you like this or any other episode, make sure to leave us a rating and review to help spread the word about ADS. As mentioned, the WCBL season preview extravaganza drops tomorrow if you're listening to this on Thursday. If it's later, well, you'll have 2 episodes to catch up on during the weekend. We hope you enjoy them both regardless. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.